Now, we're beginning this hour with breaking news where there's been a dramatic escalation in tensions between two nuclear-armed nations in South Asia. India says it has launched attacks on 9 sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Pakistan now says it is responding. It is a fast-moving situation. So let's go straight to our South Asia Bureau Chief, Meghna Bali, who is in New Delhi. Meghna, good morning and thanks for joining us. What do we know so far?
Yeah, hey, good morning, James. Look, what we know is that less than 2 hours ago, around 1:45 in the morning here in New Delhi, the Indian armed forces say that they've launched Operation Sindoor, which is strikes at 9 sites across Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Now, this was a response to last month's deadly militant attack in Indian-controlled Kashmir, where 26 civilians died. Now, New Delhi has blamed Pakistan for the attack. That's a charge that Islamabad has denied. What we've been hearing over these last, week is a dramatic escalation of, first the severing of diplomatic ties, then retreating from key treaties, border closures, visa cancellations, and, the Pakistan Defence Minister just days ago had said that they had credible intelligence that India was about to strike. That, of course, is now true. Now, what we're hearing is that Pakistan says 5 sites have been targeted. Around 3 people have died, 12 have been injured. We're hearing reports that in the capital of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Muzaffarabad, that there have been blackouts. We've been talking to people on the Indian side, who have heard loud explosions, jets in the sky. These are the kinds of reports we're hearing. Things could escalate from here. As you said, that Pakistan has said that a retaliatory operation is underway. We don't know the details of that yet.
And this area has long been a flashpoint between these two nations, both nuclear armed. What are the chances that this does escalate much, much more? There's been talks about these potential strikes for some time.
Yeah, James, look, this is, a dangerous situation. Analysts have been talking about what this could escalate into. At this point, it is unlikely that it'll, escalate into a nuclear conflict, but definitely, as Pakistan has mentioned, they will be responding. Now, the US and China have been urging caution. I think there was a statement by, US President Donald Trump just minutes ago, who called these strikes a shame in Pakistan. This is the lowest that, relations have been between these two countries. This militant attack last week was the worst attack on civilians in nearly 20 years since the 26/11 attacks in Mumbai. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India was under immense pressure to act in a swift and, appropriate way. And it seems to be that, India's chosen to respond in this way. Now, later today, what we will be seeing across New Delhi and across India is, what was meant to be mock drills, air raid sirens and civilians being ready, in any situation of attack and war. And, in light of this, it's become all the more serious.
All right, Meghna Bali, thank you for that. And we are going to be bringing you more on this story over the next hour or so. We are seeing some pictures coming in of people looking through the rubble in the wake of some of these strikes. They are a little bit too bloody to bring you those while you're having your breakfast in the morning, but we will keep you up to date on this story as it develops.
Now to developing news out of Queensland, where police say 3 people have been critically hurt and a child is unaccounted for in a house fire near Toowoomba. Will Murray is at the scene. Good morning, Will. What do we know so far?
Well, good morning, Catherine. A really awful story developing here in Harristown, a suburb of Toowoomba. We understand emergency services were called to the house behind me just after midnight last night to find it fully engulfed in flames. Now, we understand that 7 people live at this address. That's 2 adults and 5 children. And as you mentioned off the top, 6 are accounted for. That is 2 adults and 4 children. A 5th child is still unaccounted for. And we're just trying to confirm what the latest is with the police here, but haven't heard anything as yet. Now, as you mentioned also, we understand that 3 have been taken to the Toowoomba hospital in a critical condition. That is the woman and 2 children, while the male is being treated in hospital for serious injuries. As yet, it's not clear what they are being treated for specifically, but you can see the damage behind me. The windows have been blown out of this property. We've seen parts of the roof collapse. It really is a mess here. We've been seeing detectives going door to door in front of us, trying to look for witnesses. We managed to speak to a witness, a neighbour, a short time ago. Here's what he had to say.
Just heading to bed at 12:30 and then saw one more herd to start with, some commotion going across the road. Bit of screaming going on. I was thinking, what's going on over there? And then looking out the windows, you see a little flicker of yellow and just went, oh God, that's a fire. So straight on to 000 and got the fireys and ambulance.
So detectives have established a crime scene here, Catherine, and they are desperate for any more information from members of the public. It is a suburban street, so they're hoping that some people will have seen and heard things overnight. Anyone with information is urged to contact police.